When they called his name for the Vietnam draft, Muhammad Ali said two words that cost him everything. What happened in the next 30 seconds didn't just end his boxing career. It changed American history forever. Houston, Texas, April 28, 1967, 8:47 a.m. The armed forces examining an entrance station sits like a fortress on San Jacinto Street. Gray concrete walls, narrow windows, American flags hanging motionless in the humid morning air. Inside, fluorescent lights buzz overhead, casting everything in that sickly institutional glow that makes everyone look pale and nervous. Dozens of young men shuffle through the corridors in various stages of the induction process, some excited, some terrified, all of them about to have their lives changed forever. Medical exams, paperwork, oath ceremonies, the machine that feeds America's war in Vietnam operates here with cold efficiency. But today is different. Today, the most famous athlete in America is here. Muhammad Ali sits in a metal folding chair in the waiting room, wearing a simple dark suit and thin black tie. At 25 years old, he's the heavyweight champion of the world, undefeated, unstoppable. His name is on every magazine cover, his face known in every corner of America. He's supposed to be untouchable. But here, in this government building, surrounded by military personnel and federal officials, he looks small, ordinary, just another young man being processed by the system. But what nobody in that room knows yet is that Ali has already made a decision that will cost him everything. The other inductees recognize him immediately. Whispered conversations, stolen glances, nervous excitement. Some ask for autographs. Ali signs them quietly. His usual swagger nowhere to be found. His hands are steady, but his jaw is tight. He knows what's coming. Lieutenant Colonel McKee approaches with a clipboard, reading names for the final induction ceremony. His voice echoes off the institutional walls, formal and commanding. Each name called is another young American about to swear allegiance, about to commit to serving in a war thousands of miles away. Cassius Clay, McKee calls out. Ali doesn't move. Cassius Clay. The lieutenant colonel calls again, louder this time, scanning the room. Ali remains seated. Every eye in the room turns to him. The other inductees look confused. Officials begin to murmur among themselves. Everyone knows Muhammad Ali is here. Why isn't he responding to his legal name? This is the moment everything changes. But the real shock is still 90 seconds away. McKee walks directly to Ali, clipboard in hand, voice carrying an edge of irritation. Cassius Clay, you need to step forward for the induction ceremony. Ali looks up, meets the officer's eyes, speaks quietly but clearly. My name is Muhammad Ali. McKee's jaw tightens. Your legal name is Cassius Clay. That's what's on these documents. Step forward. Ali shakes his head slowly. I changed my name legally. I am Muhammad Ali. The room has gone completely silent. 26 other young men watch this confrontation unfold, sensing they're witnessing something significant. Government officials begin gathering, forming a loose circle around Ali's chair. Captain Johnson, the senior officer present, intervenes. Mr. Clay, Ali, whatever you want to be called, we need to proceed with the ceremony. Please step forward. Ali stands slowly, follows the group to a small ceremonial room where an American flag hangs behind a podium. The other inductees line up in neat rows. Ali takes his place in the back row, hands at his sides, expression unreadable. What happens next will be replayed on television for the next 50 years. Captain Johnson begins reading the oath of induction. I hereby acknowledge to have received orders to report for induction into the Armed Forces of the United States. The other young men repeat the words dutifully. Ali remains silent, and do solemnly swear that I will bear true faith and allegiance to the United States of America. Again, voices echo through the room. Again, Ali says nothing. Johnson notices, stops reading, looks directly at Ali. Mr. Ali, you need to participate in the oath. Ali's voice is calm but firm. I cannot take that oath. The room explodes into shocked murmurs. Officials exchange urgent glances. This isn't a paperwork problem or a scheduling conflict. This is open defiance. But nobody is prepared for what Ali says next. Johnson steps closer, speaking in the controlled tone of someone trying to maintain order. Are you refusing induction into the United States Armed Forces? This is the moment, the crossroads. Muhammad Ali can back down, can find some middle ground, can save his career and his freedom. He can take the oath, serve his time, come back to boxing when the war is over. He's young, he has time. Or he can stand on principle and lose everything. Ali looks around the room, sees the faces staring at him. Confused young inductees, angry military officials, nervous government bureaucrats. He knows exactly what his refusal means. Prison, loss of his boxing license, loss of his heavyweight title, loss of millions of dollars, loss of his passport, his ability to travel, his ability to earn a living. He takes a breath, speaks clearly, loud enough for everyone to hear. I will not step forward. I am a conscientious objector. The words hang in the air like a bomb that hasn't exploded yet. Captain Johnson's face goes red. That's not how this works. You can't just decide you're a conscientious objector in the middle of an induction ceremony. You needed to file that claim months ago. Ali nods. I did file it. It was denied. Then you don't have conscientious objector status. You're required to serve. I refuse. The next 60 seconds will destroy Muhammad Ali's life as he knows it. Johnson signals to the other officials. Papers are shuffled frantically. Phone calls are made in hushed tones. Someone mentions FBI notification. The words federal crime float through the air. The other inductees are escorted to another room. They're not supposed to witness what's about to happen. Ali is left alone with the military officers and federal officials. A young black man surrounded by the full power of the United States government. Johnson makes one final attempt. Mr. Ali, I'm going to give you one more opportunity to step forward and complete your induction. This is your last chance to avoid serious federal charges. Ali doesn't move. I cannot step forward. My religion forbids me from participating in war. Your religion? Islam. I am a Muslim. The officials exchange glances. In 1967 America, being Muslim isn't exactly mainstream. It's associated with black nationalism, with the Nation of Islam, with Malcolm X, and radical politics. Ali's religious conversion has been controversial from the beginning. Now it's about to become criminal. Johnson looks at his watch. 9:23 a.m. He makes a note on his clipboard, speaks formally for the record. Let it be noted that Cassius Clay, also known as Muhammad Ali, has refused induction into the United States Armed Forces. This refusal constitutes a violation of federal law. And just like that, the heavyweight champion of the world becomes a federal criminal. The immediate aftermath is chaos. FBI agents are called. Paperwork is filed. Ali is escorted to another room for questioning. Outside, news crews gather. Word spreads fast when Muhammad Ali is involved. But the real consequences are just beginning. Within hours, the New York State Athletic Commission suspends Ali's boxing license. The World Boxing Association strips him of his heavyweight title. Promoters cancel fights. Sponsors withdraw contracts. The man who was earning millions becomes unemployable overnight. The criminal charges come next: refusing induction, punishable by up to 5 years in federal prison and a $10,000 fine. His passport is confiscated. No international fights, no escape to continue his career abroad. The media reaction is savage. Sports Illustrated calls him unpatriotic. The New York Times questions his sincerity. Television commentators suggest he's nothing but a draft dodger, hiding behind religion. But here's what nobody expected. Ali fights back. Not with his fists. He can't box anymore. He fights with words, with speeches, with public appearances. He becomes something he never intended to be, the face of anti-war resistance in America. I ain't got no quarrel with them. Viet Cong, he says at a press conference. No Viet Cong ever called me nigger. The quote goes viral before viral was even a concept. It's repeated on every news broadcast, printed in every newspaper, debated in every living room in America. Ali explains his position. Why should he fight poor people in Vietnam when black people in America don't have basic civil rights? Why should he kill people in the name of a country that won't let him eat in certain restaurants or stay in certain hotels? The questions are uncomfortable. They force America to confront its own contradictions. 3 years pass. 3 years of legal battles, appeals, and exile from boxing. Ali's case goes all the way to the Supreme Court. His lawyers argue that his conscientious objector status was wrongly denied, that his religious beliefs are sincere and legitimate. The government argues that Ali is nothing but a celebrity draft dodger, that his conversion to Islam is convenient rather than genuine. During those 3 years, Ali loses everything. His prime athletic years, ages 25 to 28, are stolen. He can't fight, can't travel internationally, can't earn the millions he should be making as heavyweight champion. He gives speeches at colleges, appears on talk shows, becomes a controversial figure in American culture. Some see him as a hero, standing up for his principles. Others see him as a traitor who abandoned his country in wartime. But the most important fight is happening in courtrooms, not boxing rings. June 28, 1971. The Supreme Court rules 8-0 in favor of Muhammad Ali. His conscientious objector status should have been approved. His refusal to serve was based on legitimate religious beliefs. His conviction is overturned. Ali is free. The criminal charges disappear. He can box again, but he's not the same fighter. 3.5 years out of the ring have cost him speed, timing, reflexes. He's 29 years old, past his physical prime. Most fighters would never recover from such a long layoff. Most fighters would retire quietly, grateful to avoid prison. Muhammad Ali isn't most fighters. October 26, 1970. Even before the Supreme Court decision, Ali gets licensed to fight in Georgia. His opponent, Jerry Quarry, a tough Irish-American heavyweight who represents everything Ali supposedly betrayed. The Atlanta Municipal Auditorium is packed with 5,000 people, split between Ali supporters and Ali haters. The tension is electric. This isn't just a boxing match. It's a referendum on Ali's controversial stand. Round 1. Ali looks rusty, tentative. 3.5 years away from boxing shows. Quarry lands several hard shots. The crowd buzzes with excitement. Maybe the layoff has finished Ali. Round 2. Ali starts finding his rhythm. The footwork returns. The combinations flow. But he's still not the fighter he was in 1967. Round 3. Quarry opens a cut over his eye. The referee stops the fight. Ali wins by technical knockout. The comeback has begun. But the real victory happened 4 years earlier in Houston. Looking back, Ali's refusal to be inducted wasn't just about the Vietnam War. It was about something bigger, the right to follow your conscience, even when it costs you everything. Ali could have served in the military like countless other athletes. He could have taken a safe assignment, avoided combat, returned to boxing after his service. He could have kept his title, his money, his comfortable life. Instead, he chose principle over profit. He chose belief over convenience. He chose to be Muhammad Ali rather than who the system wanted him to be. The cost was enormous. 3.5 prime years, millions of dollars, his heavyweight title, his reputation. But what he gained was something more valuable than any championship: respect for standing by his convictions. Years later, as public opinion about the Vietnam War shifted, Ali was vindicated in the court of public opinion as well as in legal courts. The man who was called unpatriotic in 1967 was celebrated as a hero by the 1980s. In 1996, Ali lit the Olympic torch in Atlanta. The same country that had stripped him of his title and threatened him with prison asked him to represent America at the Olympics. The circle was complete, but it all started with 2 words in a government building in Houston: I refuse. 30 seconds that changed a life. 30 seconds that changed a country. Who in your life is asking you to compromise your principles? What are you willing to sacrifice to stay true to what you believe? Because sometimes the most important fights aren't won with fists. Sometimes they're won with the courage to say no. Muhammad Ali taught us that losing everything for the right reasons is better than winning everything for the wrong reasons. That's the choice he made on April 28, 1967. That's the choice that made him the greatest. But Median cost character.